Hello students, good morning. I hope you are fine and fair. Students, we have studied 4 chapters. Chapter number 1, chapter number 2, chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. In this way, we have completed 4 chapters. Now according to the modification of the syllabus, chapter number 5, an introduction to Euclid's geometry is removed from the portion. So we have to leave that chapter. Now we have to focus our attention upon next chapter, that is lines and angles, chapter number 6. Now first at all, we have to discuss some basic concepts and definitions of some terminologies which are very essential to understand. Although all these concepts are given in previous classes, still it is prominent here to recollect all those points in your mind. Keeping this requirement, we have to revise once again to those points. These are very essential, and without understanding these facts, we cannot study further. So what are those things? Let us discuss. The first basic thing is there, that is a point. You may know point, you have been taught the point. What is a point? Point is simply a dot. What is point? Point is simply a dot. Suppose you are putting the pen in your hand and putting the pen on the surface of your copy, or dot is being created. In this way, with the help of pen, so many dots may be created. So many dots may be created there. Now, all these dots are representing the location. For location purpose, when a dot is being created, so that dot is known as a point. How to represent a point? We have to take any alphabet of capital letter from A to Z to represent these points. Suppose 5 points are there. So what to do? We have to take 5 letters, different letters, to represent these points. In this way, so many points are here. So we may give the name of these points. Suppose this one is A, this one B, this one C, this one D, this one E, this one F, G, this one H, this one I, this one J, this one K, L, M and N. All these points are there. In a surface, how many such points are there? You may imagine. In a surface, there may be infinite number of points. Infinite numbers, infinitely many points are there in a surface. So, with the help of English alphabets, we try to name them. Suppose a point is here and a dot is there, so this will be read as point A, point B, point C, point D. So different methods are there to write these points. Either note down P-O-I-N-T, point, and then A, or in the language of mathematics, because symbols are used in mathematics, so symbolically how can we represent? A letter will be there and upside or dot is there. So this will, notice what this point will represent point A. Similarly, B and dot, this one point B. So generally we represent symbolically. Both the ways are there, it depends upon you. In this way, we can represent by any English alphabet of capital letter to represent any point. Now these points are of different types. First of all, we have to discuss about different types of points. You may mark here. Suppose so many points are there and all these points are lying on the straight line. So many points are there. And all these points are lying where? On a straight line. One point is here, second point here, third point, fourth point, 5 point, point number 6. So many points are there. And all these points are where? On a straight line. Suppose by chance the location of all these points are lying on a straight line, so these points are known as collinear points. What are those? Collinear points. Similarly, suppose so many points are there and they are not lying on a straight line, so those points are known as non-collinear points. What are those? Non-collinear points. Suppose one point is here, second is here, third one is there, fourth one is here. Now you may mark here. All these points are not lying on a straight line. If this type of situation is there, so all these points are known as non-collinear points. In this way, we can differentiate what is difference between collinear points and non-collinear points. It is very simple to differentiate between these two. How can we differentiate? You may mark here. If all those points are lying on a straight line, so these points are known as collinear points. In this way, we can differentiate the difference between collinear points and non-collinear points. With the help of figure, you can differentiate yourself. After the point, some other type of points are there. We may discuss also that some points are formed with the help of meeting of lines. Points are originated with the help of the intersection of lines or the meeting point of different lines. What are those points? Suppose two lines in a plane are given and both the lines are meeting at a point. They are intersecting at a point. Suppose mark this one is line L and this one is M, and both are intersecting at point P. It means what will be particular name of this point? So this point will be known as point of intersection. Point of intersection. Suppose more than two lines are meeting at the same point. What will be there? Suppose more than two lines. More than two lines are here, means 3 lines it will be started, 3 lines, 4 lines, 5 lines, like that. And all these are passing from a same point. Suppose this one is Q. What will be name of this point? So this point will be called as point of concurrence. So this point is called point of concurrence. Now you may observe what is difference between point of intersection and point of concurrence. What difference is there? It is very clear here that if only two lines are meeting at a point, so that point is point of intersection. If more than two lines are meeting at a point, so that is point of concurrence. In this way, we have learned about point of intersection and point of concurrence. Different more points are also there, and we will study from time to time. These are some prominent points which are named in terms of geometry. Now let us discuss after point collection of points. Suppose some points are there and these are collection of points or the path of some limited points. Suppose path is there of some limited points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like that. Some limited points are there. So this path of limited point will be called as what? Line segment. This is the path of points, limited points, counted points. So this path is known as line segment. What is called? This one is known as line segment. In other words also, a broken line means part of the line is known as, or terminated line is known as line segment. How to represent this line segment? How to name this? Try to follow. One end point is here and second end point is here. How to name this one? So one capital letter will be taken here and second capital letter may be taken here. So how to name? It will be noted down A and B, or you may write this B, A, and symbol of line segment will be there. So either say line segment AB or say line segment BA. Both are same things because it represents a certain distance. This one is represented just as magnitude. Means certain distance is there. Either say BA, line segment BA, or line segment AB. Both are the same thing. Meaning is, if AB is 4 cm, so BA is also called 4 cm. It means either say line segment AB or line segment BA. Both are the same representation and both the ways are there to represent a line segment. In this way, we have how many points are there on a line segment? Can you tell me how many points are there? So there are infinitely many points between 2 points. Infinite number of points are there between the end point of line segments. That's why line segment is the combination of infinitely many points. It is the path of infinitely many points. Some points will be rational, some are irrational. Again rational means rational and irrational numbers are interwoven between A and B. In this way, the concept of line segment is given here. After line segment, we have to study about array. What is array? Suppose a source of light is there. What do you mean by source of light? Some objects creates rays itself and some are objects only reflect the light. They do not originate or they do not create their own light. They don't have their light and heat. For example, the sun has its light and heat itself. Every star has its light and heat. Every star has rays also. And it comes from that particular stars and it goes to infinite. If obstructions are not created, so those rays goes where? starting from the source of the light and it goes to infinite. This very concept is here in mathematics. The origin of the point is given here. This one is initial point of the ray, and if a ray is going and it is going up to infinite, this one is source of light. So this one is called initial point. This one is called initial point. This source of light is known as initial point. To represent this ray, we take one more point. Anywhere we can take here. Suppose this one is O and this one is A. So this one is initial point and this one is given point. It is not initial point. How to represent a ray? Firstly, we note down initial point, then given point. A sequence should be there. Order pair. Order pair means firstly initial point, then supposed point or given point. It will go in pair. So first one is initial point, then the given or taken or supposed point, and arrow will be there, and this will represent, this one is the symbol of ray, OA. So which one is initial point here, A or O? It is obvious that O is the initial point. Now you may mark, or A is there, that is AO. Letters are changed. So can you tell that both the rays are the same rays? Just think and respond it. So definitely you will find that both are representing different rays. The first one is representing what? The first ray represents that its initial point is O and A is given point. Whereas ray AO represent its initial point is A and O is given point. In this case, ray OA is not equal to ray OA. Both are not same thing because both are having different initial points, different source of light. That's why both are not the same. Both are different because of their initial points. In this way, we learned here how to represent a ray. Now it is prominent from here, and this one is very essential to understand that these are essential things which will be helpful in studying further theorems, studying further solving questions. Now, the basic concept of angle is started here, and angle is already taught in previous classes. Still, we are just revising here. What are angles? How can we define angles? How can we represent angles? We have to discuss, we have to focus here only for recollection. Although you know everything, but still revision work, for revision work, this one is important to discuss here. Suppose a source of ray is here, its source of our initial point is there. If from the same initial point two rays are originated, what I say? If two rays are originated from same initial point, one ray is going here like that, second ray is going like that. Now both the rays are originated from the same initial point, same source of light. So this ray is one arm of the angle, and this ray is second arm of the angle. How many arms of an angle are there? So there are two arms of an angle. Clear? How can we represent this? The general method of representing is we have to take three letters to represent any angle of capital alphabet. Suppose this one is A, this point is B, this point is C. How to represent this angle? We can note down this angle as angle. This is the symbol of angle. Now A is started. We have to start either our journey from A or from C. Both the ways are there. But it is compulsory for you to keep this initial point in center, in between the three letters. It is compulsory for you. You may start your journey from anywhere, but this middle point must come in center. So what will be there? Either say angle ABC, or you may say angle CBA. So both ways are there and both are representing the same angle. So either say angle ABC, or other method is there. We may start our journey from C also. So this will be angle, symbol of angle CBA. This one CBA. Now here remarkable, is angle ABC equal to angle CBA? So definitely both are same things, and you may write there if both are equal here. Either say ABC or angle CBA. This one is the proper method by taking three letters. Other ways are also there, shortcut methods are also there. So shortcut method is not adopted when angle is divided into different parts. So we go there by adopting general nomenclature. What nomenclature is there? Either we have to start from our journey from A or from C. Clear? In this way, but one thing is remarkable, this initial point must be in center. See, B is coming in center. Here also B is coming in center. In shortcut, how can we write? So definitely only the middle letter may be taken, and in shortcut we may note down angle B. When this angle is not divided, it is a combined angle and single angle. Only then we can note down this one is angle B. If angle is divided, at that time we have to use three letters. Other methods are also there, we will discuss further. But we have the concept, what are angles? So what are angles? How can we define angles? If two rays are originated from the same source of light or same source or same initial point, the turning between these two rays, either turning or magnitude of curvature. This one is magnitude of curvature. This one is also called turning. Either say turning, 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 or magnitude. Of curvature. This turning, magnitude of turning or magnitude of curvature is known as angle. And this is generally measured in degrees. Suppose this one is 30, so this will be 30 degree. So degree, it is measured in degree. The unit of angle is degree here. Afterward, we have to discuss about different types of angles. Since any angle is formed with the help of two originated rays from the same initial point. So different positions will be there of the rays. According to the position of rays, we can classify their names as per the situation, as per their position. Now let us discuss one by one. One situation is there, a source of ray, source is here, a ray is originated from the source. Suppose this one is O, this one is A. Another ray is also going on the same path, where ray O is following. Second row is also following the first ray. Means both the rays are overlapping. What will be there? This will go like that. Mark it B. Now both the rays OA and OB are overlapping here. So can you calculate here magnitude of curvature or magnitude of turning here? What will be magnitude of turning or magnitude of curvature? So definitely it will be equal to 0, because both are following the same track. So in this condition there would be not any magnitude of turning or magnitude of curvature. If this type of angle is there, so measurement of this angle is 0 angle, 0 degree. If this type of angle is there, so this angle is known as 0 angle. This is called ZERO, 0 angle. Now you may define this definition. You can give the definition of 0 angle. If both the rays are overlapping one each other, then the magnitude of turning or magnitude of curvature will be 0. It means the measurement of angle will be 0, and such type of angle is known as 0 angle. This one is condition number 1. Now let us discuss about another situation. Suppose a ray is here, a ray is going horizontally from the same source. If a ray is going vertically from the same source, a ray is going where? Vertically. It is going here just vertically. This one is going horizontally and this one is going vertically. If this type of situation is existing in the phenomena, so there would be formation of 90 degree. There would be the magnitude of curvature would be of 90 degree here. If the magnitude of single angle is 90 degree, so this one is known as right angle. What is called? This one is known as RIGST, right angle. It means if the measurement between two arms of the angles is 90 degree, so such type of angles are known as right angles. Is it clear here? Now there would be third condition. And what condition will be there? What situation will be there? You may mark here. Suppose a source or initial point is given here. One ray is going eastward and second ray is going westward, just opposite to first one. So So there would also be magnitude of curvature, magnitude of turning between these two rays. This type of, if single angle is there, we are talking about only single angle, only of one angle. So this type of angle is known as straight angle. What is called? Straight angle. So what value of straight angle is there? It is 180 degree. The total measurement of this angle is 180 degree. When it was 90 degree, so this was called right angle. This is called right angle. When the magnitude of this curvature is 180 degree, so this will be called straight angle. Now a question arises here, how many right angles are there in a straight angle? Very obvious, you may reply it. 290 degrees means two right angles are equal to one straight angle. 90 plus 90. So how many right angles are there here? So this straight angle contains two right angles. Now next situation will also be there. Suppose a ray is going, and after complete rotation, one complete rotation, the second ray is also overlapping there. After complete rotation, just keep in mind, this is the symbol of complete rotation. It means we are talking about complete angle, and this complete angle is of 360 degree. Sometimes there is a confusion between 0 angle and 360 degree. 0 degree and 360 degree. If this type of symbol is there, one complete rotation is marked there in figure, it means it is talking about complete angle or 360 degree. 360 degree, or it is what? Complete angle. Complete angle at a point. If this symbol is not there of the rotation, so definitely it represents 0 angle. This is difference between 360 degree and 0 degree. Now, one question arises, how many right angles are there in complete angle? So one right angle here, one right angle here, one right angle here, one right angle here. So how many right angles are there? So there are 4 right angles in a complete angles. So one complete angle equal to 4 right angle. Then one complete angle equal to how many straight angles? Straight angles. So one straight angle upward and second straight angle downward. So how many straight angles? So one complete one is also equal to 2 straight angles. In this way, we have discussed about which type of angles? A single angle. One more angle is there, reflex angle. How to find out reflex angle of any angle? Let us try to discuss about reflex angle. Suppose an angle is here this is an angle. So this angle will be known as, if this angle is more than 180 degree, if this outer angle is more than 180 degree, so this angle is known as reflex angle, the reflex of inner one. So this one is reflex angle, reflex angle of, suppose this one is angle 1 and this one is angle 2. So angle 2 is reflex angle of angle 1. This one is completely reflex angle of angle 1. Now one thing is remarkable here. Suppose angle is given and reflex of this angle is given. If both are added, what will be the value? What will be value when angle along with the reflex of angles both are added? What will be there? Now we are talking about pair of angles, because angle and reflex of angle, these are two types of angles. It is the combination of two angles. Now we are going to discuss about pair of angles. Before that we have discussed about single angle. Now we have to discuss about pair of angles. See here, if angle 1 is there and this one is reflex angle of angle 1, so what will be value of angle 1 plus angle 2? So that will be equal to 360 degrees. See here, angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 360 degrees. If angle 1 is known, how can we find out reflex of any angle? So that will be reflex of any angle is equal to 360 degree minus that particular angle. So how can we find out the value of angle 2? So that will be 360 degree minus angle 1. If we subtract that particular angle from 360 degree, so that angle would be called reflex of that particular angle. Suppose you are given to find out reflex angle of 30 degree. Find reflex angle of 30 degree. So the given value is given 30 degree. So what will be reflex of this 30 degree? So this will be calculated 360 degree minus 30 degree, and this will be 330 degree. This is the reflex angle of 30 degree. In nutshell or summarizingly, you should keep in mind the value of angle plus the value of reflex angle. The sum of angle and reflex of angle is 360 degree. If sum is 360 degree, so this is not called complete angle. Complete angle means it is a single angle. Here we are talking about two types of angles, pair of angles. So this one is not the example of complete angle here. Complete angle means no part is there. Before that we have discussed zero angle, there was no part. Right angle, there was no part. Combined angle was there, only one angle was there. Straight angle, no partition was there. Reflex of angle, partition is here. In complete angle, there is no any partition of the angles. So here we have started about the pair of angles. Other pair of angles are there. So we have to discuss one by one. In the same sequence, we will try to discuss that out. But today, I want to just conclude with this reflex angle. Rest of the pair of angles will be discussed in next lecture. Till that, have a nice day.